Hi guys, and welcome to this short video detailing a successful first trip down to Loe Bar near Helston. This is a bit of a rough and ready video. I wasn't actually planning on putting it up on YouTube, so excuse the wind noises and the lack of footage of us actually reeling in any fish. Upon first sight, it looks like it was a beautiful summer's evening with a stunning sunset and a blue sea. However, this was actually early November, so the nights quickly draw in and it wasn't nearly as warm as it looked. The wind was a lot stronger than forecast too, which made the fishing a bit harder than we expected. But with some perseverance, it turned out to be a really good session, with everyone getting a bite or three. Before I continue, I will mention that this beach is extremely dangerous. Swimming and paddling is banned at all times, with a deep drop off and extremely strong currents making it very unforgiving. So we all ensured we respected the location at all times, never taking any risk with our safety by getting too close to the water. Although I'm sure plenty do, I wouldn't encourage you to fish here alone, especially if you have as little experience of sea fishing as I do. You never know what could happen, and I believe it's always best to fish these locations with someone else, just in case anything should go wrong. We parked at a car park close by and made our way down the track to the beach. I must admit, the way back seemed a lot longer than on the way down. Before I start my session, I like to get everything set out in an orderly fashion. I've got a bucket with all the bait in, and a bucket of seawater ready for when I need to deal with a fish. I've got my pre-tied rigs on spools ready should I need to change rigs, a pouch of leads, plus a knife, scissors and forceps all to hand in case I need them. All of this means that I have everything I need to hand, helping to keep the session going as smooth as possible, even if things don't go to plan. It also means I can fish as efficiently as I can, limiting the amount of time the rods are out the water for. Right, before it gets dark, I'm just going to show you the rigs I'm using and the baits I'm using as well. And bear in mind, I'm more of a coarse fisherman than a sea angler, but I'm giving it a go, so feel free to correct me with any misinformation in the comments. But here, I think what is called a Wessex rig. So basically you've got a swivel at the bottom with one hook length. That's coming down to some ragworm. Then got a weight, I'm using a rolling weight. And that's just between two beads. So that will kind of slide up and down your main trace there. So I'm hoping that's going to roll into some sort of gully or hole where the fish hopefully will be holding up. That's going to come up to a fixed swivel there in between two beads, and that's got a hook link on, and that I've got some lug on, and then just above that is another swivel, and that's going to go onto my main trace. So that's going to clip on, so it means I can just clip the hook link on and off if I catch a fish. I've got some other rigs tied up with baits on, so I can quickly just detach the one with the fish on, stick the new rig on, cast it out quickly, and then deal with the fish. Just to save a bit of time, hopefully. That's it for getting the thing. So that's rig one. I'll just move that out of the way a second, and then I'll show you my second rig. Right, so this is my second rig. So this time, you've got the weight at the bottom. This is a flapper rig, a 2-hook flapper rig. And then again, we've got a fixed swivel between two beads there, coming off to a really large sand eel. Is that called a lance, I think? Correct me if I'm wrong. And coming up the trace to another set, or another swivel set between two beads and crimps, following the hook link down there to a bit of squid, just making sure the hook is coming out so the fish can easily grab that. So hopefully hook it first time, and then again just coming up the trace to the swivel. So again I can just clip that on and off the main trace from the main line. so I can quickly change rigs if I need to, and hopefully I will. So I'm going to cast these out, make some other rigs up as well with the baits on, so I can quickly change, and hopefully it won't be too long until I get first fish. Let's see. Right, I'm going to quickly show you this rig as well. Again, this is a Wessex rig, so I've just baited this up, so I've got it spare ready to go. I just wanted to show you this because I raided my carp tackle box before I came, and I've put on there an anti-tangle sleeve, not to stop tangles, but when I've been doing some sea fishing before, I've had problems with crabs nipping the line off by the hook, and I thought that might just give it a bit of protection. Some of you with more sea fishing experience than me might be laughing at that. It might be a load of rubbish, but who knows. Thought it was worth a go. So again, I've just got a bit of squid on there, just a bit of bait elastic to keep it on. Hook showing nice and proud there. And then on a much smaller hook, I've just got a bit of mackerel. So ready to go, gonna cast out. It's about 4 o'clock now, high tide's just after 7. Not a bad setting to spend the evening. Waves are a bit bigger than I like, but can't do much about that. Let's see what we can get. So with the rigs safely sent out as far as I could launch them, I set back out of the wind and enjoyed the amazing sunset in front of me whilst I waited for John and Co to join me. I was feeling full of anticipation, wondering what surprises could be in store. The wind soon picked up and it made the fishing almost impossible at times. This was definitely pushing me out of my comfort zone, especially compared to the sheltered lakes I was normally fishing. But not long after John and Co arrived, I managed to hook into a cod. Not a monster, but big enough to keep for tomorrow's tea. For the next few hours we fished hard and managed to get a few more bites from a variety of species. So I've just cast out after catching that cod. And yeah, caught him on sand eel with the 2-hook flapper rig. 6-ounce lead on. So it's just a bit holding the bottom down. Wind's died down a bit, the waves are starting to calm down a little bit, so he's fishing's a bit easier. And yeah, feeling optimistic now. Hopefully get a few more bites for the night. Still all day tomorrow as well. I'll update you if I catch another fish. John with a little whiting. What you catch that on?
Sand eel.
Sand eel. Willing bait in a minute, isn't it?
That's it.
Did you know he had him on?
I thought I got stocks, and then it felt like I had seaweed again.
Yeah.
I did have a lot of seaweed, but he was wrong.
He was hiding in it.
He was. Alright, gonna get him back in.
Nice one, mate. Well done.
Sweet, nice one.
Help me get him in. What have we got, mate? That little cobbling. Nice one, mate. What was that on? Sand eel, you sure? Yeah. Nice hook hold.
To eat, is it?
No. I don't know what it is.
Well done, mate. Awesome stuff.
Well done.
Class, eh? Yeah. I'm happy I caught that. Hey. Brilliant. I've been dragging.
Another felt heavy, mate. Well done.
What is it?
They're dogfish.
That's a dog.
You got, well, not one, but two.
Thanks, man.
2 in one go.
I've been dragging. You eat dogfish now?
You can. They're really sweet tasting. I don't really like them that much. They are really sweet. Yeah, you can.
Is it big enough?
They are big enough. I wouldn't go back. I thought it was a ray because they're both together. They're quite wide. John had the last fish of the evening, before we put the rods away and got some sleep, ready to get up early the next morning. Right, it's about 6:30 in the morning. Got up a little bit later than I wanted to, but I didn't get to sleep till about 2:30, 3, so need a couple of hours sleep. So the rod's back out, and yeah, wind's dropped right down now. The tide is pushing, probably got what, an hour to a high tide, something like that. So yeah, again the waves are a bit of a pain in the ass at the second, but they should die down after we reach the high tide. So last night didn't sound too bad. We had a cod, a couple of whiting, and Mikey had 2 dogfish at the same time, which is quite cool. He's never caught dogfish before, so that's nice for him. And yeah, we've got another 6 or 7 hours left, so hopefully we can get something else. Still using sand eel, probably at least have one hook bait of that for the rest of the day, and try some other baits alongside it as well. Got some squid to use up, got some rag and some lug to use up as well. So let's see what the day brings. You see what's happened to my cod? Yeah, man.
Oh yes, mate.
Whilst John and Henry got some supplies from the car, I managed to hook up into my first ever shore caught bass. Well, it's been bloody hard work. Hard to keep a rod in the water, all the seaweed, swell, moving the lead around. But first trip down to Loe Bar, had a cod, had a bass. Everyone else has caught some as well, so can't really complain too much. All made sure we've been nice and safe down there. I haven't risked going too close to the water at all. It's a really dangerous beach, so if you do come down here, make sure you keep yourself safe. I'd suggest never fish alone, especially if you're new to it, like I am. And we'll definitely come down there again, hopefully on a less windy and choppy day. Second bass of the trip, on the ragworm. Whilst I was chuffed to catch a second bass, unfortunately we had to cut our trip short and make our way home. I reckon we could have had a few more fish out if we had stayed a little bit longer. But overall, considering it was our first time to this location, we consider ourselves very lucky to catch what we did. Remember, if you decide to give this place a go yourself, be very aware of the dangers it offers. As much as we love to fish, it's not worth risking your life for. Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Catch you again soon.